Locals believe in its healing power.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. Thank you for joining us today. This is really an exciting morning, a beautiful day. It is actually, this is the last edition of Morning Spring for the year 2025. What a year this has been. And it's been quite, some would say maybe a roller coaster, actually. For some, it's a potpourri of many things. But then we are very grateful that you have been with us all week. Femi Ojo, all week so far and all year round. Femi Ojo is money, and I welcome you. Of course, you can expect anything less, as far as what we are going to discuss, the package for the program, okay, is concerned. Tope is there before we let you into all of those things. Good morning, Tope.
Good morning, Femi. Happy last day of the year.
Well, okay, that's great for that. Happy last day of the year.
I was thinking about it this morning. If we greet people happy first day of the month, we should be able to greet that. Even happy first day of the year.
Right.
So, the greetings are just commensurate.
Well, I wish.
My name is Temitope Ajijalaoluwala, and for you, dear viewer, thank you for joining us and keeping faith with us on this channel. We're sincerely grateful, and from the management and all members of staff, crew members, we're telling you thank you for having kept faith all year round. We hope for a better partnership, better viewership in 2026. Thank you for joining us for the last installment and midweek installment for the week and last installment for the year.
Now, if you're talking about, the happiness of the year, it's so many.
Ups and downs.
You might even want to say maybe we have so much for a day, actually. In fact, talking about the last 1 week, it's been quite a time. And of course, we'll look into the highlights, as far as events in the year concerned.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that has to do with governance, politics, and well-being of the people. We'll look into all of that. But then it's such a year, actually, 2025. And it's like we usually say, and depending on who is talking, like, oh, what a year, 2024, what a year. I remember in 2020, it was the COVID year, it was the NSARS year. And people were saying, oh, may we not see that kind of
we had seen the height of it.
But then it might not be COVID, it might not be NSARS. Many things have happened since 2020 till now. Even before then, most likely, even today, the few hours remaining this day, which is the 365th day of the year 2025, many things will still happen. But then the most important thing is to be grateful.
Yes, and that we are. We're grateful for our own lives. We're grateful for yours too, really. All right.
So much. Actually, I'm feeling like letting our people to know the rollout. I think that's why people do this. Fingers crossed. And of course, we wouldn't let the cat out of the bag yet. We'd rather allow you to see the bag and the cat and the entire package that we have for you. The newspaper segment is next. But before all of those things, let me ask you, Tope. Maybe 3 things or 3 events or 3 personalities or 3, situation that stood out for you in 2025. Can you remember any?
Lots.
Yeah, that's why I'm sticking to just 3.
Lots of them. And I would say that
that's a lot, right?
Lots. Well, but I'm going to just sum it up in the
nation.
Yes. Yeah. Sum it up with the word corruption and the lack of courage or the deliberate pampering, yes, deliberate pampering around the corridors of corruption right in the country. We've had lots of scenarios, lots of cases, events that are, that could be summed up, under that category. And that's something that really stood out for me in the year. Because we came into the world, like you said, you've been using that word impunity a lot. And yes, we actually came into the realization of that word, the exhibition of that word in Nigeria. More like we actually descended with all of our senses intact, and nobody seems to find anything wrong. And the fact that by the sides, while these things are going on, by the side, we're having consolidations on a 2027 that hasn't even come or materialized, that you're not even sure you're going to see. I just feel that Nigerians need to do more. We have to just, get up, wake up, start doing things that we're supposed to do, call people to action. I think that we just have this culture of being laid back and not, taking our own future, seriously.
You mean the people?
Yes, the people. And so that stood out for me, coupled with the insecurity issue in the country and the fact that we had to be nudged by another, personality from seas and rivers, away. It's just terrible. And in fact, the highlight for me in that insecurity thing was the swiftness with which Nigeria woke up to respond to an allegation that many still seem to think was true. And some people are still saying it's not true. But whatever it is, we cannot rule out the fact that we have a complex insecurity. Yes, we have a complex insecurity issue. That is a fact as well. And some people also say in that complexity, you can still fashion out or, get a portion of it that may have been, exactly what the United States president was saying. But whatever that is, we have been talking, civil society organizations, citizens, opposition figures have been speaking to the fact that insecurity has been a very, very terrible thing, especially under this administration, and is seeming to fester, is not gaining any major attention as against politics and politicking. But then a world figure, the world power man, had to speak and, we're getting into action. I think that it's a very, it's an all-time low, and it's the most disgraceful thing that the country has been through this year.
Wow. So for you, it has been a corruption reading year, and nothing significant has really been done.
No concrete prosecution has taken place.
Yeah, yes. To show effort, at fighting corruption so much, and then insecurity. And of course, I think everybody can relate to that. And of course, we'll look into all of this and more as of the program. Right now, the newspaper, a segment is. Right, so much you expect the papers as well, to do their beat, and of course I think they have done that. Vanguard newspaper, new tax laws take effect tomorrow, Tinubu insists. New tax laws take effect tomorrow, Tinubu insists, and you have these writers says no substantial issue established to warrant a stop, and calls on stakeholders to support implementation. Fix the law first. PDP urges presidency, and NECA endorses takeoff, says delay crime against Nigeria. And below that, Olu of Worry, the wife, visit the first lady, does Ogiame himself. All right, and lady, Ogiame Atuoshe. All right, alleged money laundering, Malami, son, docked remanded in prison. Really? It is what it is. Amotekun naps 39 terror suspects fleeing Sokoto in Ondo. And here, CBN projects 4.49% economic growth, $51 billion reserves for 2026. Project, that's a rider, projects 12.4% inflation rate, 34.6% debt to GDP. And AFCON, Super Eagles cruise on, making 3 wins out of 3. Go, Super Eagles. Actually, in the ongoing African Cup of Nations, it's, the 1-2-1 against Tanzania. I think 3-2 against, I've forgotten the other guys now, Tunisia. And of course, yesterday they won 3-1 against Uganda. That means they have topped our group, and we hope they will do better in the coming knockout stage. All right. And how Nigerians paid more for data caused despite a network disruption. I think everyone can reason, can relate with that. 2025, how Nigerians paid more for data caused despite network disruptions. And 2027, we won't allow another mistake in Rivers. We pay. All right, the man has gone to River State, I think, since last week, and he has been making greetings, and he has said he's a thank you visit, and he has been talking politically and all of those things. If you have not supported the president before, don't start singing on your mandate now. It's a fake thing. You should have done it before. If you have not done it before, don't start doing it now. It won't fetch you anything. It's too late for you. Yesterday was somewhere and he was saying, for the people that were there, he said it's a thank you visit. It's not a political visit. But then he still found a way of putting in those words to say the mistake that was made in 2023, they will not repeat it in 2027. And of course, it's that's an open book secret if you know what's going on. But then politicians, I'm not sure they think about anything. Just like you said, that to consolidate power.
And then again, from one of the papers, which we're still going to talk about, APC from Rivers also said to Fubara directly that if it was going to win anything, it will have to go through Wiki. You know, it didn't say you would have to go through the people.
Well, it's because it's not about the people, actually. It's about the people that are in charge. All right. Here, top street transfers above 10,000 naira, banks to start charging 15 naira stamp duty from January. Transfers above 10,000 naira, banks to start charging 15 naira stamp duty from January. I'm not sure if this is new. It has always been done. Okay. Even if you transfer 2,000 naira, there is a way banks find a way. 20 naira, 21 naira, 26 naira will be deducted. Actually, if you are using USSD, 6 naira will be deducted immediately. And at the end of the year, you still find this cumulative debit alert and all of those things to a particular figure. In fact, I think more searchlight
for
should
USSD,
be big.
except it's different with banks. It's 10 naira.
Okay. What? USSD?
Yeah.
The use. Oh, okay. I think mine is less than 7 naira, by the way. But the bad side is, if you are using USSD, immediately you initiate the USSD, the money is deducted.
Yeah.
Either the transaction goes through
or not.
And
yes.
I think that's a shame. And I think it's dubious.
And
actually,
I'm not so sure.
Because before you cut that thing.
For even opening your USSD at all, using that code, your 10 naira is deducted.
That's what I mean.
I don't even think that's a transaction fee.
No. It's another thing. That's for you using USSD.
Yes.
And the thing is, even if the thing comes up, star, let's say 737 for a particular bank, the moment you dial it,
it's gone.
6.9 whatever, 7 naira is deducted.
Yes.
Either the transfer goes through, either the transaction goes through or not. If the network is bad, you initiate it again. The same. If you do it 10 times, the same. And I think that's dubious.
Yes.
You should only do that when actually that thing has gone through. But who is checking?
Buddy.
All right. And 2027, why would we choose Enugu for today's defection to ADC? We'll wait to see. And we are saddened by AJ's horror crash. Family, bust tire caused car accident. Police. All right. Because, well, the police are saying something else now. The FRS is saying over speeding. and wrong maneuvering of overtaking. The police are talking about bus tire. Okay. All right, but it's unfortunate.
Well, everyone seems to be doing their jobs. FRSC is saying we were there. We were first-hand or first responders and first-hand authority to give you a report.
Yeah.
And then this is what we found as Federal Road Safety. And police is saying we did our investigation. We found whatever it is you saw. Just busted out.
You know, the incident has caused so many talking points, even on the global stage. Because many reports have been written about the system in Nigeria and all of those things. While some are defending, some are saying, let's just say as truth. Some are saying Nigerian state should not be blamed for people's recklessness, you know, talking about overtaking and all of those things. But even when accident happened, that's the reason for response and all of those things. And I think I saw news somewhere yesterday when it was said that Anthony Joshua has been flown back to the UK. I can't, verify that. But it is what it is. I'm sure the guy must be traumatized right now because those guys were not just staff members; they were his buddies from way back. Yeah. And you know, whatever happened. Well, let's be careful, and we commiserate with AJ, the friends of those, the family of those that died, and anybody that has suffered loss in 2025. Please be strong. We hope for a better 2026. That will be all from the Vanguard.
All right, let's check out the phase of The Guardian that seems to be seriously packed this morning.
Of course, expectedly so.
Yeah, it's the end of the year.
Right.
All right, so The Guardian has this on cooking gas, says over 20 million households stick to firewood, charcoal over affordability. And we have here a very detailed report here. Nigeria's clean cooking crisis. 20 million plus households still rely on firewood and charcoal. 1.5 million households switched to LPG in 10 years. Some now reverting. LPG use 250,000 MT megatons in 2014. 1.5 million megatons in 2024. Target 5 to 6 million megatons per year, shifted to 2030. Per capita liquefied petroleum gas use 7 kg per year. That's global average 25 to 30 kg. All right. Well, the supply snapshot of November 2025 says daily supply 4,958 megatons and daily consumption 3,992 megatons. Local productions, that's 80%, and supply gap 600,000 megatons. Right, the forestation and health 3.8 kHA3 cover lost. 3.8 kHA3 cover lost 2001 to 2024. 60% of HAP deaths in Africa are women and children. LPG for 50% of SSA could save 262 to 112 million trees per year. All right, we can see the cylinder cost is 80,000. That's above minimum wage. And retail of LPG price, and that's 950 naira to 1,500 naira per kg. That's in the course of the year. And government plans 5 million cylinders to be distributed by 2030. 1 million households per year roll out from 2026. All right. Well, that particular one, the first one that says 5 million cylinders to be distributed by 2030. All right. We'll see about that. All right. That's that on cooking gas and deforestation. Besides that, Ganduje anticipates Yusuf's faction as Kwankwaso rallies lawmakers. Ganduje anticipates Yusuf's faction as Kwankwaso rallies lawmakers. Below that, Tinubu ignores suspension calls, insists no tax laws take off tomorrow. Will fix Rivers' leadership mistake in 2027, Wike declares. 12 trillion naira 2026 debts may tighten liquidity in private sector, CBN warns. Beside that, All right, tributes for the Guardian ex-COO, late Alex Somopoulos at 78. Above that, 2027, we won't accept excuses of glitches, but a judge tells INEC boss. Above that again, court remands Malami son over money laundering charges. And just below the nameplate to the top strip now, PDP shrinks in Oyo as Aborisha they lead supporters to ADC. NICAM insists on July 30 recapitalization, rules out extension. FRSC reiterates caution as British envoy. Governors visit Joshua at Lagos Hospital. That's on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. And those headlines right there making the face of the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Right, so much on these headline pages. Let's see the Punch, just, some headlines that we haven't taken before. Tinubu insists on January 1 for new tax regime. Below that, you have the picture of the former AGF, the wife and the son. All of them have been docked. Ex-AGF Malami, alleged money laundering. Ex-AGF Malami, wife, son to spend New Year in prison. And Lagos Plaza death toll 85 as fire raises another market. Let's be careful. And military arrest suicide bomber recovers 189 AK-47 rifles. That'll be all from the Punch.
Right, that's all from the Punch?
Yeah.
All right, on Nigerian Tribune, the banner headline says, new tax laws take off January 1, Tinubu says no substantial issue has been established that warrants a disruption of the reform process. Absolute trust is built over time through making the right decisions, not through premature reactive measures. Well, that's bogus. All right, below the nameplate, alleged money laundering. Court orders remand of Malami San in Kuje prison till January 2. And below that, CBN projects 4.49% GDP growth in 2026. Air offensive overwhelming bandits in Zamfara, according to military source. Amotekun arrests 39 suspects in Ondo Forest. And above the nameplate, how APC tsunami reshaped Nigeria's geopolitical map in 2025. Say that federal government denies plots to target opposition figures. Dismisses ADP4 VIP document as fake. Those headlines making the face of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Well, that's one interesting headline right there on the Punch. Says fatal crash, family demands access to Joshua as FRC awaits probe report. Well, whatever that is, if we're taking it at face value for what is being said here on the Punch, I think that the family should have access to their son right there. Right, those headlines right there on Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, so much to really talk about and, let out and unravel and unpack. But then we must talk about these things. We'll take a quick break right now. When we return, we'll speak to these issues and more. It is the last day, 2025 edition of Morning Spray.